Hopefully I'll be able to figure out how to tag the videos. So y'all remember I got kind of triggered, or I was forced to relive some trauma at my ENT appointment, and I decided when they sent me the survey to go ahead and fill out my survey honestly. I'm a very direct person. I very seldom have dual implications when I speak, and when I do have dual implications, I make it very clear. Like if I'm flirting or if I have a double entendre, I make that very clear. So I decided to be very direct, and then after I did it, I kind of freaked out because I was afraid they're actually going to read it, which they did read it, and they called me back both yesterday and today. So the operations manager called me and apologized basically and said she was sorry that it, wasn't a good fit. I don't really remember what else she said, but one of the things that I complained about is the nurse had put that I take naloxone. Now, naloxone is typically used as a spray that you put in your nostril to come back from ODing. It is an opioid overdose withdrawal. That's not the right word. I'm not using any scientific words. Anyway, I'm not on that medication. I am on low dose naltrexone, which is a totally different drug. It can be used in a similar way, but it's not a nasal thing. And she had put on my chart that I use like the nasal thing to get you out of an opioid overdose. Now, this is a problem because I already seem like a drug seeker, all right? I already come across to them as a drug seeker, and putting naloxone on somebody's file like that can tag them and make places not want to deal with them. Your chart is like your permanent record more than your high school record ever was, your medical chart. And actually, that reminds me, I need to go pull all my charts. I need to read some things through them because you don't want things misannotated, especially because they can cause prejudgments of you with our healthcare workers, who we all know that I love so much. So anyway, today the nurse called me back and was super apologetic, and she removed it from my file. And she said, unfortunately, there's one part where it's going to be permanently on there, but I have removed it from everywhere else. And she was so apologetic because she knows what that does. She knows what that does. I'm not even on opioids right now. So having that on my file makes me look like what everybody wants to call an addict, even though I don't believe in that word. I believe you should label people with substance use disorder, and I believe that anybody that you think is addicted has a lot of trauma that they don't know how to deal with. And if you helped them process that trauma, if you so desire, that would be much better than calling them an addict. Anyway, that's a whole different video.